Welcome to the Home Exterior Cleaning Success Formulas podcast. This show is for pressure washing, window cleaning, paver sealing, roof cleaning, and pretty much any home exterior service business owner who wants to grow smarter and scale faster. I'm David Kunsteck with Clean Marketing, where we help home service companies generate more leads, book more jobs, and build predictable growth systems using Facebook ads, Google ads, high converting websites, and search engine optimization. In each episode, we break down what's actually working in marketing, sales, and operations so you can build a stronger and more profitable business. Let's get into it. What's up there, everyone? Dave Kunsteck here with Clean Marketing. We're here today to record another episode of Exterior Cleaning Success Formulas. And today, we have Tom Jarrett here on. Did I pronounce that right, Tom?
Yeah.
Yep. So he is with Wonder Washers. He serves the New Jersey market, Ocean City, and a couple other counties. So just to get started, man, I'll turn it over to you here. Just give us a real quick snapshot of your business.
So, again, Tom Jarrett with Wonder Washers. We serve all of Ocean, Monmouth, Atlantic, and Burlington counties in New Jersey. We also do a little bit of traveling because I have customers that move or have a referral somewhere out of our jurisdiction. So we do travel. We do everything cleaning. You know, we have hot water, cold water machines, all your deionized window cleaning. We do interior window cleaning, your basic house washing, oxidation removal, like specialty stains. We'll just sum it all up. Commercial, residential buildings. We just pretty much everything on the list of cleaning besides like hoods and restaurant ovens and stuff like that. We'll do that.
So mostly residential versus commercial?
It's been mostly residential, but just this year we've been picking up a lot of commercial work, which was a big goal of mine for this year. Mm-hmm. So I want to say we're about like at a 60-40 percentage right now.
Again, I know we're getting a little off topic already here, but this is interesting because people ask us all the time, how do I get more commercial work? And generally running ads is not the answer. So what are you doing to get commercial work?
I think it's just networking with other business owners. I've networked since I first started my business in 2022. I just kind of realized that, it takes time to build a relationship with a business owner like that. Mm-hmm. I also do a lot of marketing videos. I don't just take my phone and just take a quick before and after picture and post it out. I make a whole thing, to try to make myself stand out from the rest of my surrounding competitors.
Yeah, like I said, I've been seeing your stuff, and that's kind of how why I asked you to get on here, because you just look like you know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out.
Yeah, well, hey, now that's the only way to do it, man. Yeah. So as far as the setup of your business, how is your team, your employees, or and how are you set up?
So right now I have 2 full-time employees. We just hired another guy. He's actually here right now at a customer's house training with me on windows, house washing. Mm-hmm. But they're well equipped. They're all family guys besides the new guy. He's a younger kid, but the other 2, they're great. They're fathers. They just wanted a good job that they can enjoy and feed the kids with.
Well, I get it, man. Do you have kids?
Yes, I got 3.
I got 5, man. 5.
Man, bless your heart.
I know, man. I'm going to be 49 this year, and my youngest is 5, so I got a way to go yet.
Nice.
All right. So as far as your business, again, obviously you start in 2022 from zero. Did you have experience in the industry before 2022?
The only experience I had was as a kid under 10 years old, power washing his grandfather's in-ground pool with a pressure washer. That was about the only experience I've ever had. I actually started my business in 22 as Wonderman Handyman. It was a handyman business, which is still here and around, and we still do handyman work in our off season. But I added power washing as a service, and it just kind of took off, doing it the correct way with soft washing, chemical soaps, all that fun stuff. And now you see today that I was able to separate and kind of have 2 different businesses that can tackle 2 different tasks.
Yeah. So what kind of setup do you have as far as your equipment?
So equipment, we have an F250 that's equipped with a 5.5 gallon a minute cold water machine. It's got the Flow Pro remote system on it to make it easier when we're doing big beach houses like this. Yep. I have a soft wash pump that is a Flow Jet 6 gallon a minute for the roofs. That I started with that, and I think we're actually going to be in the process this season to switch over to gas pump. I also have an F350 that's going to be set up. I'm not sure if I want to either do cold or hot water with that one, but right now I use it to pull my hot water trailer, which is a Hotsy 5 gallon a minute machine. We use that for all our concrete work. We do use houses, when it's a little colder out and stuff like that, or just for a secondary machine. And then I also I'm just built a Ford Ranger that has a little 4-gallon a minute. Everything's belt drive too, by the way. That's a cold water machine. It's just a basic downstreaming setup. Everything's set up downstream. I really only X-jet for like wood brightener or last resort if like something breaks or whatever.
Yeah. I see a lot of guys that are coming into the industry, like, again, new. They don't have a soft wash setup, and the X-Jet's just what they do.
Right.
So, starting in 2022, do you want us to take us through, like, how your run with clients are, or, again, where you're at revenue-wise, just so we can kind of see the progression to today?
So, 2022, when I first started as the handyman business, obviously, I was at zero. I think it picked up a decent amount. I think I want to say I made between like my 40 or 50,000 for the year that I would have made like at a regular W-2 job.
Yep, and that's gross or net?
I want to say net.
Net. All right.
And then next year, I think I want to say I added about like another 50,000 on it. So 2023, I was at 100,000.
All right.
And then I want to say this year we might break 200.
Okay.
So I got to be better with numbers. I can 100% come through and say that. But I find that like a big struggle of mine is trying to keep on track with everything from like scheduling, running my numbers, checking on the guys, all the insurances that you need. Like, it's just crazy.
So like the back office stuff is kind of where you're struggling right now.
Yeah. I'll just tell you straight off the bat, my numbers are going to be a rough estimate. It's like, give or take maybe a little bit, but roughly around those areas, I want to say that's where I'm at.
Gotcha. All right. So are there any specific services that you focus on? I know you mentioned a bunch. Like, what do you consider to be your specialty?
I want to say that windows have been a big hit. So I think that we do very well with windows. Obviously, like house washing and stuff like that, like specialty stuff. We get that's like our second runner up. But I want to say this year at least, like the windows have been a home run for everybody.
Cool. Now, with the windows, obviously with being a handyman, do you still kind of do repair and stuff too if it's needed, or screens and?
The screens I actually never really gotten into. The handyman sides of it, like we used to install windows and stuff, but it's gotten so busy with the washing that now I'm like, you know what? I have contractor friends that I've known from networking. Gotcha. I just give them all the work, really.
So aside from that, is there anything else that is unique about your business? Compared to, again, you see the Facebook groups, the people that are out there. What are you doing different, you feel like, than everybody else?
I think we just are a little more connected with our customers. I think that because, like, whether it's me, my guy Justin, or my guy EJ that go out, when we talk to a customer, it's like they're talking to somebody they knew forever or like a family member. We just we're basically a giant family, and we just kind of, anybody we, do business with, we kind of just pull them on in, and they are customer for life, family member for life.
Cool. From there, what do you feel like the story behind your business is? Like, obviously you start the handyman. Like, what were you doing prior? What led you into self-employment?
So I was for 10 years prior, like right out of high school, I was a auto mechanic. Okay. I worked a couple different shops in the very beginning. Then I ended up sticking with like Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram for, the remainder of time up until 2020. 2021, I was like, I got to get out of the auto industry. I'm trying to figure out something else. I ended up getting a job with a place called Critter Control, which did like wildlife work, like repairing homes and the damage that the raccoons would make or squirrels would make or whatever.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So that kind of got me comfortable going up on ladders and roofs and stuff like that. And then I was just I had a little bit of mental health that I had to overcome, do some personal growth for myself. And then I realized once I gotten through that, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to go back to a job. I could never really hold a job for longer than a year. And it wasn't because I was like a bad worker or had bad work ethic. My ethic was amazing. But what it was the management and like the way they would run things, or I would see things over time. It just kind of didn't sit well with me. Like the way they treated their customers, and it just kind of was like a mixture of, I can treat people way better than this, and I can make more money, doing well for myself and not having to go through like the big guy, like the big top guys or anything like that, and just getting chump change. So it kind of forced me into it. I had the 3 kids, so I'm like, I got to figure out a way to to buy a house. I was living in an apartment at that time too. So this has made me able to buy a house, which I just got my first house right
Good
before
for you.
Christmas.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
That's a really exciting moment.
Oh yeah, that was the main goal. I think that's what pushed me the hardest to just keep going through like the hard nights where you're up till like fall.
You're back.
Yeah, I got a call. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Yeah, the house is what really pushed me into like getting it there, because the kids were in the back of my mind. I wanted a backyard for all my kids and my dog and everything to play in, and it just got me through like the sleepless nights of doing estimates and like the things I just didn't want to like go through doing.
And what is your next goal now? Because I know every time I hit one, I tend to kind of coast for a little bit. That's just me.
My next goal, I added a truck, so I hit that one. I just want to organize everything a little bit better than what I have it, so it's a little more simple. I would guess you'd say that in the long term, like in the long run of that, I want to be off the truck, so I could just not wear this all the time, put on my nicer shirts that I go and do estimates or network with, and just kind of handle on working on the business and scaling it to something even bigger. So that's really where I'm at right now.
Well, while you're thinking about that, what do you think you gotta do to get to that spot?
I gotta just not procrastinate. Like you said, sometimes you feel like you coast too. It's like once you hit it, you're like, oh man, I gotta sit down and take a break. I gotta do less of that. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
Stop getting
you and me, man. Like I've been up and down with my weight for years, man. I'm not freaking like humongous, but like every time I hit my goal and I start coasting, I put 5 pounds back on probably in about 2 weeks.
I hear that.
Until I'm like, what am I doing here? All right. So here's the part that everybody likes, and that is, how do you market your business and how do you find new clients?
So a lot of my new clients come from other clients. So it's a very referral-based business. What I do also is I post a lot on Facebook groups. I'll post those nice videos that I make. I'll post those on Facebook groups. I post on my Instagram. I try to stay consistent with posting. It really sucks when it's busy and you're trying to make a post, do estimates, pay the guys, create a game plan for the next day, whatever. But I want to say it gets wild.
So it's pretty much all like organic. You're not doing any kind of paid marketing?
No, I very rarely do paid marketing. I might maybe do a boost on like Facebook just to kind of like get it seen. But I will say that when you boost a post or something, 9 times out of 10, all the people that are messaging you are just the scammers or the like fake accounts and stuff like that. But you think about it as you get a bigger reach in your area. People are seeing those videos because whether they're scrolling on Facebook Marketplace looking for new wheels for their vehicle, or they're just scrolling through our group page, those ads pop up. So people will see, but don't expect direct messages from that. Very, very little has it been like that. A lot of my customers are referral.
I mean, that's a great way to go. It's a hard way to scale sometimes because obviously you can't control it a lot unless you're doing some kind of incentivizing or so forth. And being in Jersey, I'm in PA here. I'm not too far from you. Yeah. So, you do lose 3 or 4 months a year with the with the exterior cleaning business. Like a lot of people we work with, they switch over to Christmas lights.
Yep.
Or gutter cleaning. We added a service on now. It's not exterior cleaning, but we've had so many people ask us to start running gutter installation ads, and like we've been running those, and they're working really well. And the ROI on them is insane. Provided you have the equipment. I mean, the guys that we're doing it for, they just go out with sheets of aluminum. They bring a bender with them. They literally roll it right there on the site and put the pieces up out of the back of the truck. It's pretty cool looking.
That's awesome.
So we're here at about halftime. We're going to take a quick break so you know how we help business owners just like you. Here at Clean Marketing, we specialize in helping home exterior cleaning companies. That is our core focus. So pressure washing, window cleaning, roof washing, paver sealing, and more. We build marketing systems that actually produce consistent leads and book jobs. We do that through Facebook ads, Google ads, search engine optimization, and high converting websites, which are all tied together with proper tracking and follow-up, so you're not just getting leads, you're getting customers. If you're tired of guessing with your marketing and want a predictable growth engine for your business, head over to cleanmarketing.net and book a strategy call with me personally. That's cleanmarketing.net. Now let's get back into the episode.
So as far as you get someone calls you or they come into your website or whatever, however they're coming in, how does your estimation process start?
So if somebody's contacting us to get an estimate, they're either calling or texting my phone, emailing us through our website, or they might just see the email because we put all the information right there on any post, anywhere we post it. And that's really it. I mean, it's either email, the website, or they just call or text me. After that point, I'll get the address, the name, all their basic information. I try to figure out the best day I can come out in person and do it if they want me to come out in person.
That's the best way to close them too.
Yeah, if they're okay with me doing it over the phone or on Google, because sometimes these houses you could get like 80 pictures of the house and see completely everything, and you could just ask them like, "Hey, does it look the same as it does in these pictures?" I could pretty much base it off of that. But most of the time, I like to personally try to get there in person because then they have a feel for who you are as a person, what you represent, and stuff like that. It's more personable.
So do you have a software to use? Is it paper quotes? Like what do you do when you do an estimate for somebody? You walk the property?
Do estimates?
Yeah.
I use a CRM called Markate.
I love Markate. Yeah,
I love it. It's
follow up everything. It's one of the best
it's
ones.
Great. I mean, I use it for my everyday schedule, and you can even plan your route like that. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had any complaints with customers. You send everything to them electronically, put your logo in there, give them options of services to pick from if they have multiple services that they were interested in. And it's great. I mean, I think I pay like $55 a month or something because I have a couple add-ons where like, when you send them an invoice, it'll ask them like, hey, can you, was your service a 5-star service? Can you leave a review?
Yeah, so you're using a review acquisition with it as well.
Yes.
Yep.
The follow-ups, the email and text message blasts. So if you have a promotion or something that you want to do, you can send it to them that way.
That's important, man. People always miss that point. Like your cheapest customer this year or the ones you had last year. And
right.
There's no cost of acquisition other than sending an email or a text and keeping in touch. And it's just a missed piece because like, again, even like with us here, we run people's ads, we do their search optimization and so forth. But a lot of times people are just focused on getting new customers in the door, and they just forget to go back and keep servicing and keeping in touch with the old ones.
Right.
It's hard to grow, and beat every year after year if you're not bringing back your old ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for example, adding services to what you're doing, so you can go back and again, if you weren't doing window cleaning and you are now, you can go back to all your power washing clients and offer window cleaning. So the main things you do: window cleaning, power washing, right? How do you price your jobs?
I kind of just price them all as I try to stay in a certain area of like cents per square foot. Usually I like to stay anywhere from 23 cents to maybe 33 cents.
And that's for power washing?
Yeah, and that's power washing. And then like, for instance, like windows, like, if we're doing just the outsides, I might do $10 to $13 per window. If it's insides and outsides, then maybe like, $15 to $16 or $17 per window or something like that along the lines. It plays a part if it's a ranch house, if it's a 4-story house, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So they're always different, but I always try to keep it within a range that's fair. Like with that, like we have like 80 other power washing companies out here that say they do windows and this and that, and I try to always be within the middle. I don't want to be the cheapest, I don't want to be the most expensive, but I want to be the best quality at an affordable rate for everybody.
So you have the equipment to like do windows on a 4-story house?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got the 30-foot pole, 40-foot pole. I have a Blue Dragon DI Nice, the 3-stage system, and then a couple of cheaper systems. But yeah, we we'll get up and do it on it. We'll get a lift if we need it for like a commercial building or something. But usually 9 times out of 10, we're good to go.
Cool. All right. So kind of a fun question, and you probably have these in your head. Tell us about maybe your top 3 favorite jobs you've ever done. For whatever reason.
Well, I'm sitting in one right now because I'll pick the phone up and show the view to you guys. There's a rooftop deck, and I mean, cleaning the windows for this place once a month. This is a monthly customer. We're actually here doing her annual house wash.
Yep.
So we're here a little longer. But this house is amazing. Customer's great to work with. I always get great shots with the drone. Or, just taking pictures, videos of us all working. There's another house that we do in Monmouth Beach now regularly.
All right.
And that one's huge. Actually, that one, you can go onto my Instagram and see the latest video we did with that house. That one had like a cedar shake roof. We did the windows in and out. We did the whole house. Our patio was like every square foot of that house we touched. And then I want to say the last one that we did that I think is my favorite is the little miniature golf course we did in my local hometown, Bayville.
All right.
And it was like I don't know if you're familiar with Blackbeard's Cave that used to be in Bayville, but
I've heard of it, on a brochure, like traveling to Jersey, but yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, they've been around, I want to say like 50, 40 years maybe. Don't quote me on it, but I know since I've been a kid, small kid, like they've both been around. And now Blackbeard is gone. I think they were building like storage units or something over there. But this place called Porto Mini Golf, now she changed it to called something to do NJ. We did there was a cedar shake shack, like a pirate ship in there. We did all the concrete and the turf and the waterfall. It was super cool, super unique. And then we helped her paint it, all the wood stuff, like the boat and there's like a bridge and the shack and all that stuff. We painted all that, and then it looks like immaculate.
Cool. And that was this past year?
Yeah, that was actually, we finished that one 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Yep.
So what do you feel like you do operationally that makes your business more efficient?
Well, I'm one of the bosses that get in and work with the guys. That's, again, why you see me in work clothes today. So I feel like the guys also, because I remember, having jobs in the past where, like, the boss is always just sitting down, doing nothing, like, whatever. I know bosses can be busy. Now I get it. But I always try to get in here and work with them. We're actually all, like, friends. We hang outside of work. Like I said earlier, we're a huge family. And I think that's kind of what makes it like enjoyable for them, the guys, also to be working with me.
We kind of got the same thing here, like next door, and like I rent 4 rooms in this building. I've been here for 20 years, but the people I see every day, I'm an operations manager, my ads manager, my content developer, web developer. Right. There's 5 of us here, and then I have 5 people work remotely. But yeah, it's the same way. We see each other every day. We go out to lunch on Fridays. Now I'm the old man, so I'm like near 50, and these guys are late 20s, early 30s at best. And,
right.
We just have different tastes and things. The evening stuff, they keep going. I go to bed. That's my age, but. So, let me see here. So, what are some things in your business that has not worked well that you found a way to fix that really turn business around for you?
I want to say, I guess, the way I went about things in the beginning, because I didn't have a CRM. Yep. I was doing like paper, and I'm like, yeah, dude, this ain't working. There's no way. Because like that takes up like an hour of your time, like each day at least, like depending on how many customers you did, and you want to get all that stuff out. So I want to say, jumping into like technology and whatever was the fix for that. And I wouldn't say it really doesn't work, because I used, like, when I would make a post and you make a caption for your post, obviously ones that sound more professional and look good, will stand out from like the ones that are like, hey, I can power wash your shit.
Oh yeah, I agree. %.
So like I was always pretty decent at that, but I actually started using AI to help me kind of tweak what I would put what I want to say into Chat GPT,
yep.
And then I would it would tweak it for me. You might have to correct a couple things, like spelling maybe, or like maybe if something sounds a little weird, but that kind of improves it too. So I mean, I feel like I've tried numerous things and they've worked to an extent, and I would just always want to improve on those things, if that makes sense.
I mean, AI, man, everybody's got to get on that train now. It's just crazy. I mean, you can even go as much to, I don't know if you type it in, but I've just gotten really big. I found out you can talk to ChatGPT, like physically, just hit the recorder. I'll sit here and start talking some thoughts about what I want to do, how I want to approach something. And then I say, so what would be the best way for me to organize this? Push the button and do it. A thought process that would have taken me hours.
Yeah.
Gets spilled out. It is crazy. Even imagery, man. I don't know if you noticed, but just in the last month, ChatGPT added, I don't know what they put into it, but it can do images now. And edit your images in an insane way. I absolutely love it. You just make me an image about, like, my kids use it, and I'll be like, say the craziest thing you want to see. My daughter will be like, hey, I want to see a dragon getting chased by a cat in a rainstorm through New York City, and it'll make exactly what she says. You know, they do that for hours sometimes, but
Oh yeah, it's funny. I just the other day I was messing with it and I made a picture because I put pictures in all of like my guys and my team, so it knows how my team looks, how they talk or whatever, and everything like that. And I told it the other day. I was like, make a movie cover of an animated movie cover of the Wonder Washers team surrounded by millions of germs in a city fighting it in their superhero costumes. And dude, it looked like an Avengers cover. It was the funniest thing ever. Posted it on my story, sent it to the guys. It AI is awesome. I love it now.
And it's only increasing, man. Like I seen someone else show me a system. Like they don't use Markate, they use Jobber. But for sending out their invoices, they use something called PandaDoc. Like we use that too. Mm-hmm. And they have their AI where they already have their forms and their terms and conditions and all that stuff like in with a GPT. Like you make ones that are just there. So literally when they're on a job and they have calculations, they can just talk to it. But hey, I'm at this address speaking to Bob Smith. He has 15 windows he wants cleaned. Some are on the second stories, 4 on the third. We're going to power wash his driveway, which is 500 square feet. And literally, ChatGPT takes that, builds the invoice, throws it in Zapier, which is a tool that disconnects things, sends it to PandaDoc, and literally emails a finished proposal like that. Right out of ChatGPT. It's insane. Like when he told me about it, like I wasn't sure if it worked well, and he just gave me a demo. It was crazy. Once he put his prices in there, like what he charges per window, what he charges per square foot, what a second story, a third story. So literally, he can just walk the property with the customer, ChatGPT on, and talk about what they're going to do. And it blows out.
I'm gonna have to look into doing that.
It's crazy.
Speed the process up a little bit more.
It's insane how it works.
Yeah.
So in business since 22, like what would you consider your biggest wins?
I want to say like just getting these like crazy awesome houses and having awesome customers at the same time. Because like I was saying before, like my whole goal is to like just kind of create an atmosphere for customers and the workers just to enjoy while we're there doing something. You don't want to feel weird with somebody in your house cleaning your windows. Same thing like if it was like a plumber changing anything.
Oh yeah.
I want to say that's probably like the coolest thing, just because it's like very rarely do I really have any like sour customers, and even when I do, like I still win them over. Like we had we'll call it a Karen. They have.
You get them, buddy. You get them.
Yeah, I've had my fair share, but I could tell. I like to like certain customers we have. I like to call it contractor PTSD, because you can 100% tell when they're like, well, you're going to call me back, right? Or you're going to get here, right? Like, I know you said 9 o'clock. It's 9:30. I'm like, I know, ma'am. We're running a little late. There's traffic. And you can just tell when those customers are like that. But we had one recently, very nice lady. She wanted us to clean solar panels for her on a ranch house. And she was very skeptical. Like, she did her research. Like, I know you shouldn't power wash them, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I had the window brush in my truck. So I was like, come take a look and I'll show you what I use. And this is the way you should be doing it. And I told her, you're more than welcome to get other, quotes, this and that. I advise you to, just because maybe I'm not in your price range. Maybe there's something about me you didn't like. But I'd go over, I'd show her the equipment, I'd talk to her, walk her through our process. And she was like, okay, you know what? I left the house. She called me like 5 minutes later. She's like, I just want you guys to do it. You seem like a real nice guy, blah, 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 blah. And we went over there, did it. I told my guys, I said, take some extra time and make sure no spots missed, because they were pretty dirty. But I was like, just make sure that she's super happy before you leave. That way we're allowed to leave a sign. She was like, I haven't put a sign in my yard in the last 5 years from any person, tractor, or whatever. And she texted me when they were done. She's like, I'm putting a sign in my yard. I want to thank you. You're awesome. I was like, great, cool. You win those people over. And she posts me on the group chats and all that stuff. Same story. And you win those people over, you're going to have one awesome person doing work for you out in the social media field, recommending you anytime anyone's like, hey, who can clean solar panels, or hey, who can clean my house or windows? They're going to be like, this person, definitely. They're going to be the first people to refer you.
Yeah, that's an awesome story, though, man. And we have those too. Trust me, man. We talk to a lot of pressure washing companies, and sometimes we get the people who are like, why are you charging what you charge? You just run ads. And I'm like, was like, listen, I could say the same thing to you. Like, you just have a really expensive water gun and you spray soap and water, you know, which I know is not the case. But, you know, I just kind of bring it down to them, you know, and just like, hey, let's just talk about things here a little bit. You know, it really, you know, it's a profession. Like, there's no way I could clean windows like you guys. I can try. Could I probably power wash? Yeah, I have a small power washer, but, you know, it's for my ATV is what it's for. You know, will I do stuff once in a while? Yeah, but I know it looks bad, you know, and if we need something, we just get it done because, like, I have one of those, I have a little surface cleaner from Harbor Freight. So, you know, it was like $30, you know, but if I were to do my sidewalk, it would probably take me about 2.5 hours with my 2.4 gallon a minute pressure washer, you know, whereas someone like you can come along, you know, do it right, kill the growth so it doesn't come back. Spray it all off. I get it, man. It really is a profession, and when you do it professionally, it just makes a difference.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So as far as parting advice, again, obviously we're at the end here. What would you tell someone that was new getting into the business? Maybe things you would correct from when you started that would make a bigger difference faster for them.
So the first thing I would tell somebody is you don't need the best equipment. Some of the equipment I have, it is not the best. Like, it's not the top rated stuff. Upgrade as you grow to the things that you need. I would say if you're going to build like a little truck skid, get a Ford Ranger. They're good on gas. If you travel a little bit, it won't kill your expenses for gas. You could put a little small machine in there and do 2-story houses, no issue. You know, maybe even 3-story peaks with a 4 gallon a minute belt drive. You know, maybe a little extension off your gun. Just get the basic stuff that you would need to do the job, you know, correct. Research what you need to do. Research downstreaming. Research, you know, how sodium hypochlorite works, the do's and the don'ts, all the basic stuff. Like I said, you know, and when it starts getting hard, if you start picking up, don't give up. Don't coast like we do sometimes, but just keep your head in the game. And, you know, failure is not an option.
Cool, man. Cool. That's all good advice. I mean, I think about that stuff. Like, I have 2 boys. They're 15 and 17, and, you know, they're getting jobs this summer. And we've talked about it, and I was like, man, you know, you could probably make more pressure washing in 4 hours on the weekend than you'll make all month, like working at Burger King or McDonald's or something like that. But we just never pulled the trigger on getting a small setup, you know, but we've been talking about doing it. And maybe it'll still happen this year. I don't know. They're still in school yet this second.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a lot to learn because I know when I talk to you guys, like, again, everything you just said about learning about the bleaches and the, you know, what to do and what not to do. And then I'm like, crap, if I have my kids out, we have to get insurance because, you know.
Yeah, that's another big one. Definitely make sure you have the right insurance.
Yeah, because like me, I pressure washed for my parents like 5 years ago. It was my first time running a pressure washer, period. And, of course, I'm like, more power, more better, you know. And I did their lawn furniture with a red tip, and it got clean.
Oh, it's super clean, I'm sure.
It was very clean, but then when I touched it, it felt very textured, you know, I etched everything. And long story short, I put their furniture at my campsite I have, and got some new stuff because it was just, it was bad.
Yeah.
But cool, man.
I've had my fair share, man. I remember when I first started, I was using pressure. You know, I didn't know what soft washing was, and I streaked an oxidized house. It happens, man. It's part of the learning curve. But if somebody starting out is watching this or researching something else and can learn the right way to do it, that could save them that hassle in the long run. They're one step ahead.
Yep, I agree, man. Well, thanks for coming on, Tom.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I mean, really good advice. And again, I'll let you know when this is going to drop. Send it out. And again, we'll talk again soon, man.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thank you.
So that wraps up this episode of Home Exterior Cleaning Success Formulas. If you got value from today's conversation, make sure you're subscribed and leave a review so more business owners can find the show. And if you're ready to grow your home service business with real marketing systems, including ads, SEO, and a website that actually converts into customers, visit cleanmarketing.net and schedule a strategy call with my team. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.